introverted, intuitive, thinking, judging. So mix all of these things together and you have me. The outlier, the architect, the strategist, the mastermind. If you're into the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, also known as the MBTI, or if you're an INTJ yourself, you've probably heard these words being used to describe someone like us. I learned that I was an INTJ when I was about 19 years old. INTJs form about only 2% of the entire population, and of that percentage, only 0.8% are women. So that means for every 250 women you meet, only 2 are of this personality type. From my experience, people are either really drawn to me because I apparently have this mysterious vibe going on, or they run for the hills once they get past my exterior. I've been told that I'm aloof, when in actuality, I'm just more inwardly focused. I'm constantly thinking and processing information, and I rarely verbalize it unless I feel the need to. I've been told that I lack emotion, when in actuality, I'm just more, logical when it comes to making everyday decisions. I don't make many decisions based on emotion. I'm a walking contradiction. I'm private, yet I love being out in the world and living my life to the fullest. I'm driven by decision and logic, yet I'm one of the most imaginative people you'll ever meet. And for the longest time, I thought something was wrong with me. I didn't think how other people thought. And I didn't express emotion the same way. I'm always in my own head, and I often forget that the rest of the world is around me. So that raises a lot of questions like, why are you so serious all the time? You are really quiet. You are one of the calmest people I have ever met. Are you a robot? Being a woman, and a Black woman at that, people expect you to act a certain way, and people aren't comfortable when they can't quite fit you into a certain box. And I love that. Picture me being the female version of Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. And for real people, Michelle Obama and Ashley Olsen are INTJs too. Yes, I do have feelings, and yes, I do show emotion, just not in the same way that a typical person would. When I'm around my close circle of friends and family and people I trust, there's a different side to me than the rest of the world sees. Usually, the outside world gets business tearing, as I like to call it. I love being an INTJ. Don't get me wrong though, it was rough, especially during adolescence, and constantly feeling misunderstood. But I think I've become pretty well-rounded in my adult life. So now let's get into some of the traits that I've grown to love about myself. Since I'm really analytical, I can see someone's intentions pretty quickly and pretty easily, so that's been really helpful. I can be laser focused when it comes to achieving any goals that I set for myself. I also like my nature of liking things to work in the most efficient and the quickest way possible. It really helps me to be productive in my everyday life and not let a lot of time go to waste. I'm independent, and I know that if all else fails in the world, I can always rely on myself. I also like my curiosity and just wanting to know why things work the way that they do, and if they don't work, how can I fix it to make it work and be more efficient. Now with that, there are some traits that I've had to work on, like my naturally detached, nonchalant nature. That's probably the biggest one, just because it doesn't make for good friendships or relationships. Also, my stubbornness and thinking that my way is the right way all the time. I can also be overly critical. I hold myself to an exceptionally high standard, and I expect others to fit that same standard. without taking into consideration that they're their own person and they have their own way of going about things. But I'm thankful though for this weird, crazy, and peaceful life that I have. And for any young INTJs out there, know that life only gets weirder. But no, for real, I mean, it does get easier. You will find people who get you. I'm one of those people, so you'll be fine. If you made it to the end of this video, I thank you. And I encourage you to take the MBTI test too, so you can find out which personality type you are, and you'll really learn a lot about yourself. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.